Monday, everybody. Came back from F45. I woke up super extra early this morning. It was like 4:30 because I had to coach the 5:30 and the 6:30 class. And I have to say that it took me like 5 tries to find a good playlist, but once I did, it was so good. It hyped everybody up. It hyped me up, actually woke me up, to the point that I decided that I was actually gonna do the workouts. So I actually stayed for the 7:30 class, and it was honestly such a good workout. To be fair, I wasn't entirely sure what I was gonna do today as a workout, or if I was even gonna work out, because I did a 8-mile run yesterday and haven't been running a lot lately, so I thought I was gonna be really sore today. It was a good sweat, I have to say, but it's currently 8:45 and I need to make some breakfast, and then I need to shower and get ready because we actually have to go to the office today. Yay! Gonna love the days when we have to go to the office. But I have a really important meeting with my manager and some other people today, so I actually have to go into the office. So I'm thinking we will actually try to look decent and presentable and not wear a t-shirt and jeans today. But also, I'm supposed to be at the office at like 10. I mean, I feel like we can do it. We got like an hour and 15 minutes. Let's just start to get ready. It's 9:05 and I just finished making my breakfast. I don't like cooking, so breakfast will always be something simple. And I made a latte because I need some more caffeine. I had an energy drink this morning, but we need a little more because we gotta go to our actual job and we're gonna have energy for that. But I recently got that Shivani, I think it's a cookie butter creamer, and it is so good. Cheers. Lately, I've been trying to be a little more intentional about what I'm putting into my body because I have been working out and being active for a while, and I was like, oh, I'm the epitome of health, whatever. I'm obviously not. I haven't been putting a lot of thought into what I'm eating. So I'm trying to be intentional about this. So we got some fruit on the side, then we also got protein. Ideally, I will have a toast with this, but honestly, I just like ran out and I just haven't bought any. Also, if you can see the flags in the back, we actually had a World Cup party on the weekend, and I'm just gonna be leaving all of the flags that we have in the apartment until the end of the World Cup because honestly, when else am I gonna be using all of this? So we're really in the spirit here. But while I have breakfast, I'm gonna be answering to a few emails that I got on the weekend. It's gonna be for my content creation and everything. I know that I got an email from a company asking for my PayPal so that they could pay me for the video that I posted. So that was gonna be priority number 1 right now. And then we can actually get ready to go to work. I just got home from work and I have literally an hour before I have to jump on another call to finish my day. And we're gonna be taking advantage of this hour to film some short form content. And I'm gonna show you how I take a corner of my apartment and transform it for optimal filming. Okay, so this is where most of the magic happens, actually literally in front of that. So this is what the before looks like. And this is what the after looks like. I move the chair right in front of this. I just sit there, have my ring light and tripod right in front. And then I move this table over here just so the plant kind of like fills in that white spot, because otherwise it just looks kind of weird on the video. I don't know. This is literally the best lighting that I can get in my apartment, and I think it's such a cute background. But because the sun sometimes goes behind some clouds and the sunlight can vary a little bit, I have my ring light right in front of me. I just finished filming 3 videos, and I'm gonna be honest, the key to do that is to already have the script by the time you sit down to film the video. Because like I've tried it before and there's no way for me to be efficient if I just like chit chat to the camera. I gotta have an idea of what I'm gonna say, otherwise I will be chit chatting for like 30 minutes and I will have too much footage to go through. I changed into different clothes, but I have one more meeting for my corporate job before I can actually log off for the day. Ryan has a work dinner today, so I would have had to cook, but like I don't like cooking, so I got very, very lucky. One of my best friends invited me over to her house and she's gonna be feeding me. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I just got back from coaching at 45. I woke up once again at 4:30 a.m. so I can coach 5:30, 6:30, and the 7:30 today. I just got home, it's 9 a.m. and I took a little longer because I actually went to the grocery store. I needed to pick up one thing. I needed to pick up bananas, and somehow I ended up with this entire thing of groceries because I feel like we don't eat enough veggies here. So this is everything that I got. We got bananas, baby broccoli, asparagus, some kind of green vegetable to use as a base for salad. Things to add to the salad because I am honestly too lazy to do anything. I want to do some roasted vegetables tonight, so I'm gonna be using this broccoli and then also the onion. I've been on an edamame kick for the last 6 months and I don't think it's gonna stop, so I always keep a few bags of this in stock. It is honestly such a good source of protein. Blue cheese for the salads, berries with oatmeal, and smoothies. I'm just waiting for it to get hot outside so I can start having smoothies for breakfast. Ground beef. I've never seen this at Trader Joe's before. It's thick and creamy Greek yogurt and it's strawberry flavored. And then I got dark chocolate covered pretzels because you always need a sweet treat. But that's everything I got. I need to put it away. I need to make breakfast and then I have to log on to my work. I have a meeting in like 20 minutes. I also need some coffee because I'm honestly so tired. Last night I didn't go to bed until like 10:30. It was probably closer to 11. I was hanging out with my friend. We had a couple glasses of wine. We had some good food and we just hang out and talk for so long. We were having such a good time. I didn't want to leave, so I stayed more than I should have. And I'm paying the price now. But if I'm being honest, I don't regret it. Honestly, I don't see her enough and we were just having such a good time, so. All that to say that when I was coaching my third class, someone approached me. He was like, "Are you even awake right now?" And I was like, "I am so sorry. I'm doing my best here, but I am really tired. And this is the third time that I run the same class, so I'm so sorry."
From his breast pocket, niece towered over her, the nightingale.
I don't know. I think I put too much milk on it. It's like a 6 out of 10. I am afraid that I did a terrible job at planning my day, and now it's 2:55. I haven't been at 4, and I have to go run 4 easy miles, and it's literally like 85 degrees outside. I'm literally standing under a tree trying to warm up because it's so hot. This was definitely a dumb idea, but we're just gonna get through this. Let's go. I'm 3 miles into this run, just 1 more mile to go, but it is really hot. I'm really thirsty, so I'm just like taking a little break in the shade. But talking about poor planning, I also did not realize that my watch is actually dying. So there's a pretty good chance that this 4-mile run is not gonna get logged, so that just sucks. We're back from the run and I literally have 3 minutes until my meeting. My watch actually died in the middle of it. I think I logged like 3.5 miles before it just turned off. So I'm gonna go ahead, share a gallon of water, jump on my meeting, and then wrap that really quickly because I have to meet Ryan at the gym because we're actually gonna go to F45. So this was actually just workout number 1 of the day. And now we're gonna hit some weights. What a fake. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I have literally been having the laziest morning ever. It is literally 11:29 and I am still wearing my PJs. During this entire week, today is the only day that I don't have the opening shift at F45, and you bet that I took advantage of that. But I did forget to turn off my alarm, so I was actually woken up at 4:30 a.m. and then I just like couldn't fall asleep because you know when your mind just starts to go and you're thinking about all the things that you have to do, then you decide to like reconsider all your life choices and like you just like, oh my god, hello? Yeah, I started doing that and it took me about 45 minutes for me to actually fall asleep again. I had to like start reading a little bit to like get myself to actually relax and get sleepy. According to my watch, I actually slept 9 hours and 10 minutes. And that is actually insane because let me show you the graph of the rest of the week. That tall one right here is today. Look at the rest. There are some days that I literally slept 6 hours. But the days that I actually get more than 8 hours of sleep, you can tell because I have so much more energy these days. And what did I do with all that energy? I stayed in bed. I woke up at 7:30 when Ryan had to go to work. I hung out with him for a little while when he was getting ready. I read a couple of pages from my book that I actually bought last summer and never ended up reading. So we got a catch up because Carly is dropping a new book soon if it's not released already. I had my coffee while editing some videos for short form, and then I started my actual corporate job, and all of that from the comfort of my bed. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to go on a workout during my lunchtime or if I just want to make this a rest day, because I did do 2 workouts yesterday. I don't really know why.
We want to merge finance.
Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm just here drinking my coffee, and I didn't vlog a lot yesterday. I think I only checked in with you guys once throughout the day, and the reality is that a lot of things happen with work, and I don't really want to talk about it, honestly. I just don't understand why people have to be mean at work. It's not that deep. We're all here just doing our jobs. Why can't you just be nice? I was at F45 this morning. I coached at 5:30 and the 6:30. I'm gonna stay for the 7:30 to actually take the class. It was such a good lift. I was filming a short form video that I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be posting, TBD on how the video came out. It was using the spin the wheel to pick my July TBR, and we actually ended up picking 6 books, 4 physical and 2 audiobooks, but I'm actually really excited. We got One Golden Summer for Carly Fortune. The prompt for this one was, I'm blanking. The prompt for this one was a book that's set in the lake or at the beach. Then we got Beach Read. The prompt for this one was a book that Book Talk might be by. I feel like everybody loves Emily Henry on Book Talk, so. Then I actually ended up picking my shortest book and longest book. The prompt for The Burning Side by Sarah Lamov was actually indeed the shortest book that you own. And we ended up with The Will of the Many by James Islington because it was the highest rated book that you own. And this book is actually 670 pages or something like that. Very excited to read it though, don't get me wrong. It's just very thick. I picked 2 audiobooks. One of the prompts was a book that gives camp vibes, and I ended up picking The Last Time I Lied, I think it's called. My understanding is that the book starts with a couple of girls at camp. Some of them go missing, some of them stay behind. And then years later, now they're adult, whatever, the story comes to haunt them. I don't know how, I don't know if there's an I don't know if the investigation opens up again. I usually don't read the summary of the book because I love to be surprised. And the other prompt was a book that is part of a series. I ended up picking Harvest Season. This is actually the second book in this series. If you're not familiar with Bryce Weaver, she writes romance books about serial killers. They can get kind of gory, but they're also kind of funny and kind of like campy, so very up my alley. But if you're not into that, that's totally fine. Those are gonna be the books I'm gonna try to read this month. I'm trying to figure out if I want to start with The Will of the Many or if I want to finish with The Will of the Many. If I start with it, it's probably gonna be the only book I read this month. It's just very thick and I don't really have a lot of time for reading. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on a call. I think we're only working half the day today, and then tomorrow's a holiday. So we'll see what we end up doing in the afternoon. Perhaps we'll do something fun. I am so happy right now because it's currently 11:25 and my 11 to 12 actually ended 40 minutes early. So we're actually gonna be taking advantage of the time and taking an extended lunch break. We're gonna be going to the pool. That was already the plan, but now we get to go a little bit earlier. So you can see I already changed, got my bikini on, my bag is packed. It's a beautiful day outside, but I'm pretty sure the UV is like 10. So we're actually gonna be bathing in sunscreen. But let's go, life is great. But before we go, quick reading update. I actually finished One Golden Summer. I'll give you like a 4-star. It wasn't my favorite, it was cute, but there were a few things that annoyed me. We can go in depth about it a little later. But I finally started reading The Will of the Many. I decided that I'm not gonna let the thickness of it actually stop me from reading it. But I'm currently like 25 pages in. I'm loving it so far. I have no clue what is happening at all, but I'm loving it. So let's go lay by the pool and read some fantasy. It's been a few hours since we talked, and I'm currently sitting in my balcony, just taking in the sun. I'm still wearing my bikini, but I went to the pool, read a couple pages, came back, had lunch while working, and now we're done with work and we're sitting on our balcony because at this time there's no sun at the pool. Otherwise I would go there because I truly just want to keep laying in the sun, enjoying it and reading my books. But as I promised you guys, I was gonna tell you everything that I thought about the Carly Fortune One Golden Summer. I actually unfortunately did not love this book. I really thought it was gonna be a 5-star. I've heard so many good things about Carly Fortune, and obviously every summer after or every year after. The one that is a show now, that one, I feel like everybody absolutely love it, but I gotta say it was a solid 4-star. It was a very funny kind of hee book. There was some trauma in it, of course, which made the characters feel a little more real, but I think the main plot of it was them just looking back and comparing their current summer. I think she's 33 and he's 35. And they're comparing it to the summer that they had a couple years ago when they were 17 and 19. She made this bucket list of things that she would have loved to do when she was 17, but that she never got to. And now that she was an adult, she really wanted to tackle those things. And I just feel like that just seemed a little unrealistic. I'm not 33 years old, so I can't really speak to that. But now as a 28-year-old, there's a few things that 17-year-old me would have thought that they were really fun, but I have no interest in doing right now. And maybe it's the fact that I did most of the things that I wanted to do at 17. I honestly have no regrets. The main character obviously did, and that is actually what most of the plot is about, and that just like really bothered me for some reason. It just felt really unrealistic based on the ages that they had. But if I were to ignore that, this book was actually pretty good. I actually love it. I read it in just a couple of days, and it was honestly a solid like summer read. And yes, my cover is actually insanely shiny because it's a special edition from Barnes & Noble, and it actually has some illustrations in the front and the back. And it's actually insane that I bought this book the day that it came out last year and I didn't pick it up until now. But this one's done, and we're currently reading The Will of the Many. I am currently on page 52 of this book. 52 out of 680 something pages, which is a lot for me, okay? And this might sound really dramatic to a lot of you, but like when I sit down to read this book and I'm like holding it, my hand hurts. Just like holding it like this, my hand gets tired. I'm sorry you guys can hear that, the train's going by. I don't really know what's going on in this book, but I'm absolutely loving it. I picked this up because Sarah Caroli said that this was one of her favorite books that she read last year. If it's good enough for her, it's good enough for me, okay? I literally cannot get enough of this book, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and keep reading while I just like enjoy the sun over here.